The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and the first loser will go through the table, and it will crown a #1 contender for the All-Star
Hopefully
Pro
they use that table, not the table we're sitting at.
All-Star Pro 5-star titles. Introducing first, he hails from the Hunter's Nest. This is Thorne the Hunter.
All right, as we await the entrance of Thorne the Hunter for this #1 contenders match. Thorne the Hunter was checking out the table, making sure. There's no telling what he's actually thinking on that one, but just making sure that table is going to be good.
And his opponent, he hails from Denver, Colorado. He is the definition of definition, Double D.
Former All-Star Pro and All-Star Pro 5-star champion, Double D making his way to the ring.
Of course, accompanied by the American Witch, Erica.
Who was kind enough to join us on commentary earlier during that women's title match. You've got to think she's got her eyes set on that women's title. But tonight, Double D has his eyes set on becoming the #1 contender for 2 of those 3 titles that Jerome Daniel claims.
You know,
hold to. Excuse me. Thorne the Hunter ready, you can see he's getting ready to jump all over Double D as soon as the bell rings. Of course, a reminder, folks, this is a tables match. There will be no pinfalls, no submissions, no disqualifications, no countouts. The only way to win is to put your opponent through a table.
And we're started, ladies and gentlemen.
Jumping Double D from the start.
Just not letting Double D get his entrance in. You know, as a former champion, you know, I can only imagine now that Jerome Griffey has 3 titles. He literally has probably the biggest target on his back in that locker room.
But he's shown time and time again he can back it up. He's beaten seemingly everybody Red Rojas has put in front of him. So you've got to start thinking, if you're Red, who do you get to try to bring the All-Star Pro title back? I mean, who
would you?
Hasn't he beaten?
I have to agree with you. Forearm shot by Double D. Drop kick.
Look at the height. That was beautiful.
Definitely. High cross body.
Thorne pushes him off right away, though.
And now we got Double D in the mount position, just grounding and pounding him.
There's that viciousness from Double D that's got him so much success so far.
Now, my question for you, James, who do you think Jerome would fare better against? Would it be Double D, or would it be against Thorne the Hunter?
Well, you've got to look at, just looking at the history, JD already has a win over Double D. He beat him, as I mentioned previously on our July 25th show.
Right.
So you've got to, I guess you'd say if you're the champ, J.D. Griffey, you've got to be hoping that Double D wins because you know you can beat him. You've already done it once. I think Thorne the Hunter, as he mentioned, is sort of the wild card. He's that guy that J.D. hasn't stepped in the ring with yet. So you've got to think he's the more unpredictable of the two.
Look at the strength from Thorne the Hunter. Just give him the snake eyes right there in the corner.
And pound for pound, one of our strongest competitors. He's almost completely muscle. Thorne the Hunter is.
I've watched his progression from when he started to now, and I have to just say that Thorne has impressed me then, and he's even impressed me more now, especially with this new vicious streak that he has.
Without a doubt, it seems like this new dangerous side, it's perhaps the most dangerous side of Thorne the Hunter that we've ever seen.
I agree. And we got Double D
coming
up, double axe handle.
Double axe handle to the outside. Of course, Thorne the Hunter, as much as we're talking about Double D's achievements here in All-Star Pro, Thorne the Hunter, he's the inaugural 5-star champion. He's already held that title. He was also part of the first All-Star Pro Tag Team Champions.
That he was.
He's held the 5-star title twice, and he's a former All-Star Pro champion. So,
here we go. This could be the match.
Put it away quickly.
Thorne's blocking the suplex.
He's got his foot in there just to throw off D's balance and leverage, so he can't get him up.
Big shot to the back.
Thorne the Hunter is the only person to win the All-Star Pro Championship, the 5-Star Championship, and the Tag Team Championship. So, without a doubt, we're seeing a showdown of two of the best here.
I have to agree. And I have tagged with Double D. I have watched Double D over the course of his career as well. And Double D has evolved himself as well. And this Erica threatening Thor about head shrinking. I do believe that's illegal in most countries now, isn't it?
I believe so, but when you're a witch, do the laws really apply?
I don't know. That's a question we might have to take up with her. But Double D, he's competed all over the country, all over here in Oklahoma. You know, he's a competitor like none other. He's withstood the test of time with a lot of people.
Double D taken back over here on Thorne the Hunter. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh, no worries. Thorne's taking it back over. I mean, Thorne's reeling from those shots from Double D as they're trying to get that table. Now,
it's Thorne with the edge of that table.
Now, the object is to put him through the table. So that means you can use that table to your advantage in any way like we just saw. So it looks like D's wanting to give the crowd the front row just a bird's eye view of getting.
Here comes Thorne the Hunter, though.
Kick to the gut.
Just enough time to get back up. That's the struggle you face in tables matches is in the time it takes to set up the table to put your opponent through it. You give your opponent that time.
He's got him set up for your Nagi. He's got that rope hooked.
He's holding on for dear life. He's got his legs and his arms intertwined in those ropes.
Couple of shots.
Fire
another one.
Right at the base of the skull.
He's looking for powerbomb possibly. You got him set up. Thorne's dropping his weight, but he's also got his arm hooked on that rope as well.
The combination of the lowered center of gravity and the hooking the rope gives Thorne the opportunity to get free and throw a hard forearm into the face of Double D.
Big boot right to the mush of Thorne.
These two have just been trading back and forth basically this whole match, even though Thorne jumped the gun and attacked Double D before the bell. It didn't take long for D to gain back control of this match.
Oh, it not at all. And that just shows tenacity. Oh.
Into the
turnbuckles
and post in the corner there.
Right into the, like you said, the turnbuckle. but more or less right there on the iron that helps hold those ropes to the ring post. So
Of course, this match is once again for the #1 contendership to the All-Star Pro title and the All-Star Pro 5-Star Championship as well, both of which are held by J.D. Griffey, who also, as you just saw in our last match, is the new live stream champion, beating Malik Mayfield, as we see Thorne just headbutting D and keeping him down.
yeah, no, and you can see that took a toll on Thorne. Nobody wins in a headbutt.
Sometimes it's the only move you have to make, but
Oh,
it
yeah.
almost hurts yourself just as bad as it hurts your opponent.
Exactly.
Now it looks like the two are trying to bring the table into the ring.
Yeah, Thorne's wanting to bring that table in.
Of course, both men have held both the 5-star title and the All-Star Pro title. So we have two former champions here competing to be #1 contender once again.
And they want that all-important – they want that payday as the champion. I can tell you that right now. Regardless of what you wanted, regardless of how you think, being champion and getting that extra pay, hitting that pay window, and getting that winner's purse as a champion, it just means so much more. And that's why these two men are fighting, pardon the pun, tooth and nail to be able to get that shot at Jerome Griffey.
Double D firing back now on Thorne the Hunter, giving him a couple vicious forearms to the side of the head. Shoots him off. Thorne reverses it.
Ducks the line.
Double D ducks
Another
the line
line.
again.
Oh.
Hits past, goes around,
There's
head scissors, takeover.
Spinning head scissors.
Into the corner.
Spin wheel kick. And normally if this was a regular match, you'd go for the pinfall right here, obviously.
Of course,
But I think
once again, for those of you just joining us, this is a tables match in which you must put your opponent through a table to win. There are no pinfalls, no submissions, disqualifications,
jumping knee,
or countouts. Thorne in dangerous position there, propped up against that table.
These going for it.
D almost missing the table.
Oh no, Snapdragon suplex.
And a big knee there.
Rising knee shot right to the underneath the chin of Double D by Tristan Thorne.
Both competitors down. Thorne the Hunter barely getting to his feet now. These two have been going back and forth so much, it's a miracle that either of them are on their feet. Thorne the Hunter picking up Double D now and draping him across the ropes. Of course, there's nothing the referee could do other than advise him to take him off the ropes, but no disqualifications in this match.
Referee's there for is to make sure that this match goes how it's supposed to and just call for the bell as soon as one gets put through the table.
Double D still fighting back even though he's only on his knees.
Another headbutt.
Headbutt. You can see those rock Tristan there's just as much as they do Double D. And
oh,
Thorne
definitely.
Back with the kicks, just stomping a hole in that chest.
And now just putting his foot right across, just rubbing the sole of his boot right across Double D's face. Really not much Gerald can do in this match. I mean, he can't disqualify him.
He really can't. We're just basically waiting to see who's going to be the first to go through that table sitting in the corner of the ring. Double D managing to make it to his feet now, but getting draped across.
Stunned him right across that middle rope.
Draped that rope right over his throat. Just what a vicious
and
move
now, Tristan's just stalking his prey.
Thorne the Hunter now sliding up behind Double D and just going right across his face and chest with those forearms.
Cross-facing him.
Her man in the corner.
D's fighting back Couple elbow shots.
Finally getting back to his feet after a few minutes of being just beaten down and picked apart by Thorne the Hunter.
Roundhouse kick right to the ribs. Now is there. And there's no place for Thorne to go. I mean, he is stuck on that bottom rope.
Just taking repeated impact at the chest. It's got to be knocking the air out of him, which this far in a match, it can finish you.
Oh, definitely. You definitely need to have that win, especially with as long as this match has gone so far. Both these men are just physically just trying to tear each other apart just so they can put one through the table. That just shows how important it is for that number one contendership.
He's got to watch himself. He's in dangerous position here right in front of that table. Firing double hands into the stomach of Thorne the Hunter. Another one and some chops to that chest, which is probably still burning from those kicks against the ropes just a few short minutes ago.
Oh! Lifting, jumping knee.
Big knee strike from Thorne the Hunter. Double D staggering out the spaghetti legs almost.
Nice.
Thorne dropping. You wonder if he was almost going for the pin out of instinct.
Yeah, honestly, I would have. Even knowing that this is a tough table, I still would have gone for it, and out of sheer instinct.
In the heat of battle, adrenaline's flowing, and sometimes things like that don't cross your mind. You forget where you are. You're just getting that mindset of win, baby, win. To quote.
I have to agree with you on that. You know, I've been in 2 tables matches, and you know, even then, knowing that it was a tables match, I still went for the cover because out of, like you mentioned earlier, instinct. So Thorne's getting him set.
Looks like he's going for a power bomb of sorts.
Oh, got him up.
He's got him
He's
up.
hoisted up.
He's turned sideways. He's lined up with that table, but he's fighting
2,
back.
3.
Firing down, raining down those punches. Freed himself down. Kick to the gut. Thorne's up to fireman's carry. He's got him. Is he going to? Thorne's fighting, trying to get his way out.
Got him right in the, Thorne had the eyes.
Might have fish hooked that eye there just to get out. But, of course, no
Ripcord.
disqualification. Oh!
Ripcord throwaway.
Slam. Almost a modified fall-away slam of sorts. There as Double D gets flung halfway or 3/4 across the ring by Thorne the Hunter.
And now
The sheer impact of them hitting caused the table to collapse. Thorne setting it back up. He's got to think this is probably as close as he's had to having Double D ready to go through that table.
definitely this, if I was in Thorne's shoe, I would try to get him through that table as quickly as possible now. Step up Enziguri. Uh-oh. Two.
Repeated knee strikes to the head here of Thorne the Hunter.
9 knee strikes. Is he going to give a Big 10 one? Nope. Oh.
Face breaker on that knee there. Thorne is staggered. Big
There's a jump knee.
Double D laying out Thorne on that table. He says it's time.
He's
got to go quickly, though, because Thorne won't be on that table forever.
Double D's getting the crowd behind him. Get ready to put.
Oh, Thorne's starting
to stir.
Crotch and Double D
and
on the top
that's
rope.
the thing about those high-risk moves.
He took a little long trying to get the crowd behind him. Thorne doing a little jaw jacking with Erica on the outside.
All right, Thorne climbing up. Looking for the superplex.
He's still fighting for it, but he's hanging on.
Hanging on, definitely.
Firing some shots into the stomach, trying to break the core of Thorne the Hunter. Oh, D's going
D's,
underneath.
D sneaked under. Double D sneaked underneath.
He's got him.
Got him set
put him
forward.
through.
Got him up. Oh!
But he didn't go through. This match is still active. The fans yell one more time.
Oh. I tell you what, I've had a table not break on me, and those hurt.
Oh, the legs collapsing before the chair itself. Perhaps a change of plans for Double D. Have you ever been in a situation like that where your game plan just goes out the window? You know he's going through the table. So now he's got to set up and try again.
You know, when things don't go according to plan, you got to improvise. And I think, and that's exactly what D's doing right now. He's getting ready to improvise.
Got him back up on that table.
Because that you could tell that as soon as
it's what he wanted to do the first time when he went up on the ropes, but
the
Hunter cut him off. Let's see, firing in some extra shots just to make sure Thorne's down this time.
And you know, you can see that Thorne's breathing heavier now because when he got powerbombed on that table, that took the air out of him in a heartbeat, not breaking.
Because that solid wood table, you could see it didn't give. It was the leg that collapsed. Double D up on the top rope here for the splash. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, and the table didn't break again.
That right there.
That's got to be.
And D bounced off of. So that also means there is no disqualification in this match. And all the ref
barely stirring after being power bombed on the table and then being
squashed.
Just splashed with all of D's weight.
Speaking man! Where's the speaking man?
He went back that way.
Erica upset, demanding to have a word.
He's going through that table.
At Double D,
big
ensuring us
kick.
we are going to see Thorne the Hunter go through that table is what he said. We'll have to find out if he's trying it again. There he goes. Bell.
Third time's a charm.
The winner of this match and new #1 contender for the All-Star Pro and All-Star Pro 5-Star Championships, Double D.
Where are you going? Get in there! Raise his hand! Raise his hand! He's the winner! Raise his hand!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Double D is your new #1 contender for the All-Star Pro Heavyweight title and All-Star Pro 5-Star title after winning a very grueling battle against in this tables match. And we have the triple champion himself, Jerome Griffey, joining from the back.